good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, YouTube music! So, Monique has been trying to cause some ruckus. Stop the show. That's kind of what happens when you go to Club Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay is all about ruckus. And of course, before, we thought it was a program that was really meant for like high class, high life things. But we know black people love the drama. Can I get the sound effect? Rewind. And if you want to bring drama, you bring people like Cat Williams, Monique, O'Shea. Stop the show. They ain't gonna never put me on Club Shay Shay, but if they do, I will be rich. Well, now let me kind of continue. So Monique has been out here holding everybody accountable, like D.L. Hughley.
I'm gonna bring this up. I wasn't gonna do it, but damn it, this seat.
You might want to have another sip over.
This seat make you go truth. Tell it. No, tell the damn truth. God damn it, tell the truth. Because family is sacred.
It's supposed to be,
and we don't cross the line with family.
Mm-hmm.
And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong, and she doing this and she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
But wait. There is nothing with holding people accountable unless you yourself must be accountable to the standard that you're holding other people to. I mean, it's only right, don't you want to be what you're asking for? I mean, it is Valentine's Day and most chicks don't have a date because they're looking for what they are not. But it's okay, just being funny. The reality is this, guys, and I want to be very clear when I state this. Monique's son has a fundamental problem with her. Her position on how she wants to handle it is different, but the son has something else to say about her and how she's treated him. Now, at the same time, she's holding everybody else accountable, but let's just see what he has to say about her.
But to address the Club Shay Shay interview that she did where she states that she prays to the universe in regards to reconciling our relationship, as I stated, is odd. My mother and I both know that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie. Faith without work is dead, and neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. Neither one of us has had the desire to reach out to the other in a very long time, and I don't think that either of us anticipates that feeling ever returning. Speaking with my mother directly, in my experience, will either lead to some odd newfound moment of clarity in regards to how she was as my mother, or she retreats back to daddy to move forward with a conversation. And I'm tired of hearing my mother's truths. Newsflash, I'm not sure if people know, but standing in your truth doesn't make you noble. I'm not sure if people are aware of that. But responding this way, I feel as though it allows me to say my piece uninterrupted. To those wondering, well, why say something now? Call it a form of therapy for me, I suppose. But when her daddy had intentionally stated that they have 3 sons, but his wife is on the internet talking about the 4th son in a video that has millions of views, that rubbed me the wrong way. But anyway, to inform a child that you are not interested in being a mother at a time when that kid is the only kid that has the potential to lead a child to believe that you are not interested in them specifically. But to take it a step further, you also admit, my mother had also admitted to me that she didn't do the best job that she could do which would also make one begin to question, all of your past decisions and prior emotional interactions. But to be completely honest and fair, those were things that I was willing to get over. Nobody's perfect. We're all human. But my mother showed a clear lack of humility, compassion, and consideration when taking any level of accountability for those things. My mother does a fantastic job of acknowledging a lot of things, but she doesn't take accountability very well, and anything that she may take true accountability for, it's only at her convenience, in my experience.
And then let's just see what her and her husband has to say about him.
Have with your father where you spoke ill to him, not to mention spoke ill to your mother, but somehow your mother and father and I all have a loving relationship and communicate back and forth because of the love that we have for you. The one thing these individuals, and to the individuals out here that oftentimes speak after they've heard one side of the story, there's an old saying, believe half of what you see and none of what it is that you hear. Please don't take our word for it, but what we will convey is this. Those who are parents and have raised their parents up to being adults.
The children. Raise their children up to being adults.
Right on. Those who are parents that raise their children into adulthood know that there comes a time and a place in which they determine their own decisions, their own path. You can have multiple children that are raised in one house, but they act and they take on different things. The reason why it was so important for us to entertain these conversations that we typically have privately, or that we're influenced to have privately amongst the people in our community, is because we need to stop being embarrassed about being human beings and about being black human beings. You will oftentimes hear us saying we are embarrassing ourselves in front of them. Who is them?
Who are they?
Because when you hear someone articulate these things, that is the slave's mentality. It makes us believe that we as black people need to conduct ourselves with dignity because white people are watching. You should conduct yourself with dignity because the spirit of you is watching.
Come on.
But we need to have these conversations out loud and taboo because we have a finite period of time together here on this earth. You will travel through infinity with the spirit that you have all alone, and you will not remember the ridicule that you receive, but you will be judging yourself. You will be determining for the rest of your life which way that you go as you have thus far. So this conversation is about speaking directly to what situations are. And many people oftentimes, when they are presented with an issue, they stay quiet, they hide, they disappear. And what we're saying is that's not who we are, because what you cannot do is you cannot trick an honest person.
Come on.
You can demean, you can say whatever you want to say about them negatively, but what will happen is truth has a way of standing the test of time. I forgot to have my phone to read the last text message that I gave to you, Shalon, where I told you about the understanding of how you are speaking to a woman and how you as a man and how you perceive things may be completely different from how your wife, how your mother, how your sister, how your daughter will look at things. And when you learn how to communicate a little bit better, then things happen a little bit better because of the challenges that this young brother has had with mental illness. So we're communicating that out loud to speak to our community, to say, listen, y'all, if we have more public conversations, there will be less private angst.
Come on.
There will be less private issues that we carry on because we're afraid to communicate in front of white folks.
So when we get to a place where you want to be free, You will stop being scared to say what's real. You'll stop being fearful of having conversations that normally take place in private and nobody ever really knows the outcome.
Now, here's what I don't like. And again, I know that stepfathers and and men are speaking on certain situations. You get with a woman and you're a man and you're a leader. I get it. You want to discuss what's going on, stand up for your woman. But here's the problem. You're joining forces with your wife against her son publicly, trying to demean her son, and you're not really addressing things about the son. And then here's the problem. I started seeing so many black women come against the son, right? Let's read this chick here, who is Champagne's Love. Stop the show. Check her out on Instagram. She is super thick. Can't get it. Oh my God. Sound effects.
Oh my God.
Storytime music. We literally listened to her say now how she was unfairly paid and didn't understand the game, etc. Like, son, be for real. Do you think she would have had to work this hard if they paid her fairly and she knew the business? Something has to click, and like, maybe this is why she wasn't around more. He's stuck in his resentment because it shaped his belief system, and giving compassion means he let the little boy inside him down when the grown man in him should explain to the little boy that perspective matters. I mean, I don't even understand what the fuck that means. Let me say this to this young lady, and I'm aware who she is, and she is very thick, by the way. Put the clapping sounds! The thing is this, he's a black man dealing with the issues that she even admitted to him she wasn't a good parent. You're trying to make the victim the guilty person. And I noticed that this happens when a lot of, and I'm just to be real, black men, I gotta be real, when black men have been mistreated by their mothers, they're doomed. You won't believe the next person here. I thought I heard correctly, but you admitted that she apologized, and that seems to me you're not receptive of her apology, and that's on you. Because things didn't happen like you wanted while growing up doesn't minimize or lessen her apology. Whether you take her apology seriously, wholeheartedly or not, again, it's on you respectfully. That was from one of my childhood idols and a man I respect in a great way, the legendary Terrell Owens. Give him a round of applause. I am a 49ers fan. There is not any money that you can give me to respect this man that came from nothing to become one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I have studied Terrell Owens. I grew up watching him when I was in high school. But Terrell Owens, as a brother, experienced the same thing. He cried when we talk about how his grandmother treated him. He cried when he went back to his hometown in Alabama. And now he's even saying that's on you. Okay, it's one thing to say that you're sorry, but when you're choosing another man over your own son, and if the apology isn't seriously, it's not on the person, because this is a mother, right? A parent. A parent can't do things to a child and say they're sorry. You brought the child in the world. It's up to you to make amends, not the child. And Terrell Owens is looking at the victim as being the person that's at fault, when our brother, the legendary Hall of Famer Terrell Owens, went through the same thing. This is why you never really will hear me coming really deep after T.O., because I love T.O., but he represents so many hurt black men in the community that sometimes we get so hurt as black men, we want to put the ownership all the time on the man, while people, sometimes ladies, run amok. Let's look at another comment. Damn Tam, doing this to the person who gave you life is embarrassing, and not to your mother. There is just a level of respect you should give for the person who gifted you life, no matter how bad the relationship is. Sometimes it's okay to just keep your peace. So what they're telling you is, if you're a black woman, you can call out how bad your dad was because he helped give you life. But when it's your mom, you shouldn't say anything. None of these people are dealing with what he's talking about. They're dealing with how he should handle it. And this is why you see in Monique in the Precious movie is probably not so different to how the mother she was in real life. And Monique doesn't want to be held accountable, and neither does her husband. All right, that's it. They're trying to make it his fault. It's not his fault. D.L. Hughley even admitted that her own kids don't like her. And at what point do black men have to continue to be the victim for how they were mistreated by their mothers? or by their grandmothers or by their fathers or by their family. I've seen so many black men go through this. It's ridiculous. You have black men who are so broken right now, and you people are always telling me it's these black men's fault. I come from the black community. I see so many broken black men, and when they go out here and they commit crimes and they don't care about nothing, you want to blame them. I'm gonna tell you, you people in the community don't care about them. That's why they have lashed out. We have so many broken men out here robbing people, out here killing people, doing these things. And I would bet that one of the reasons why that is because nobody ever loved him. Whenever I see a man acting out and not building his community, is because he feels that nobody gives a fuck about him. And then you want to make him the victim all the goddamn time, the guilty person all the time. When things happen to him, and you don't care about what happens to these men, want them to shut up and deal with it and not tell nobody. It's not how life works, man. People need to address their pain. People need to discuss it, even men. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, City Jackson. Back at it again. An episode of So We're Drunk, Preaching for You. Just heard Bell. We're out.